Hey guys, how's everybody doing? We got strings to put on a Jazzmaster today. Now this is a customer's restring. Let's go ahead and get started and throw some strings on this thing. Okay, so what we're looking at today, Fender Jazzmaster. This is a customer's restring. It came in. He's like, hey, do a video on this. I said, I would be happy to do a video on that thing. Thank you so much. He believes it's a 1962 reissue, but because of the binding, I think it might be a 65 reissue. I don't know for sure. Leave us some comments. Let us know what you guys think. It currently has a set of 10 through 46 on there. Okay, looking at this guitar, let's just look it over. You got 2 pickups, a 3-way switch, volume, tone, the output. And here's the bridge, and you can see how it rocks it back and forth in there. It sets in there on these 2 little tiny adjustable screws that have a little point on the end of each one. And so it moves back and forth like that. So when you've got your arm on the vibrato bar and you're up and down, let me see where the bar is. Do we have a bar? Yeah, here it is. The bar just fits straight down in there and kind of just sets in there. But yeah, when you're like whammying back and forth, this actually moves a little bit when you're whammying back and forth. And it's designed that way because I know that there's a lot of guys, or I've seen some younger guys come in and they're like, dude, I think my bridge is broken because it's rocking back and forth. Nope, that's designed that way. And so to make an adjustment on this bridge, as far as a height adjustment, you've got an Allen wrench that fits down in the side here. And you can do this while the strings are on in full tension. And this moves it, that's not the right size. This moves that up and down right here. So this is how you, if I had the right size wrench, this is how you adjust those. There it is. This is how you lower and raise the height right there. I'm going to leave that wrench right there. So let's just do a little bit of some polish on here, and let's clean some dust off of it. Yeah, and just to go over these switches real quick. So when this switch goes up, this is your volume and tone. When this switch is down, this circuit is off, and this is your volume and your tone right down here. And so, and this is your pickup selector right here. So I'm thinking, you know, why would you do that? Why'd Leo Fender design it this way? What was going on with this thing? Why'd you wire it this way? I'm thinking what you do is you turn your guitar on and you turn this volume about halfway up, and you maybe bring the tone down to a 7 or 8. You know, you lower the tone a little bit. And then this is your rhythm circuit. And then when it's time to do a lead, you come over here, you got your volumes all the way up, or a solo. You click this down and it's instantly louder, and then your solo is over. You want to go back into your rhythm quiet part. You hit that, you're back into your quiet part. So that's the only reason that I can think of to have this whole extra circuit that's in here. But guys love these things. And Elvis Costello, I think Elvis Costello played one. And I've been listening to a lot of Elvis Costello recently. I love the song Allison. And I like watching The Detectives and a lot of good Elvis Costello stuff. It's always kind of interesting to listen to. And it's all pretty easy to listen to. Pump It Up was a big hit song that he had. And Veronica and everything. Alright, let's do a little bit of F1. Music Nomad F1 oil. I put this on every neck. And one of you guys sent me this bottle, so I really appreciate that. Guys, you guys are awesome. You've been sending me extra old guitar parts that you guys got laying around. And you've been watching the videos a lot. And I really appreciate all that. Really dark wood on this fingerboard. Thin, narrow frets on this thing. Oh, you know what? Here's what I just remembered I was going to tell my customer. Where's the truss rod at? Oh, it's down here in the heel. And I told him I would snug that truss rod down. So we got to pull the neck on this thing. So I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to lay my rag back down and set this beautiful guitar on its face, and we're gonna pull the neck off here. I am gonna use my drill. Don't freak out, guys. Trying to be super careful. Okay. Let's lift the neck out of the pocket very nicely. It came right out. Looks like Fred worked on it. And here's our truss rod right here. So let's do this real quick. Let's put our notch straight edge on here. And that looks pretty darn tight. We're just going to snug it a little bit. So when the string tension comes back on it, the neck will stay nice and thin. Now you can use a Phillips screwdriver in here, but I think a straight edge is what they recommend, because look how far that straight edge goes in there. There we go. We're just gonna snug it that much. Quarter turn. And we're going to go right ahead. And screw it right on back down in there. Nice and easy. My customer says he hasn't played this thing in like 10 years or something. But he saw one of my videos that I did on one of these Jazz Masters last week or so. There was a Squire J Mascis that I strung up last week. And so he brought this thing in. And I think he brought it in just so I'd make a video about it. There we go. It's a lot of fun for some guys to bring in a guitar and have me restring it, and they're like, please, are you gonna do a video on this one? And I'm like, do I have to? And they're like, yes, dude, please do a video. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. All right. So let's set the bridge back down in there. Okay. Did it go in that direction? Or did it go in this direction? I think it went in that direction. Darn it. I'm confused what direction it was in. I did a YouTube short. Let me look at that. I'll figure it out. Okay, yeah, they were in the back. I just watched the YouTube short that I did on this guitar earlier in the week, or maybe it was over the weekend. All right, the string jingle. Today's string choice. And a pack of Ernie Ball Super Slinky 9 through 42. America's best-selling guitar string. Right there, headquarters in Coachella, California. I drive through there all the time on my way to LA. Okay, here we go. So, the Fender Jazzmaster, an iconic Fender guitar. But I don't honestly really know any artists that play these things. Go ahead and leave me some comments, guys. Who do you know that plays Jazzmasters? Maybe a lot of those grunge guys did, right? The Seattle guys. Those guys all played them. I'm more of a 80s kind of guy, that all the 80s music was, that's what I was into. Now, 3 or 4 months ago, I did go and I seen Guns N' Roses, and Alice in Chains opened up for Guns N' Roses, and this was only maybe in October of last year, so 4 or 5 months ago. And they were so good. The amount of awesome hit songs that Alice in Chains has, I recognized like every song that they played in concert. And they were great. And I know they got a new lead singer, Alice in Chains does, and he does a great job. And luckily, Alice in Chains isn't one of those kind of bands that they got a new lead singer and they don't, and that's all they do is the new songs with the new singer. Fortunately, those guys still play all the old great songs from the 90s that they wrote and recorded back then. And I say that because a lot of bands will get a new lead singer and they'll go in a whole new direction. But from what I've seen from Alice in Chains, you know, they stuck to those old awesome classic songs that they have. And I go ahead and in most of my videos, I show you guys me putting the strings on this thing. And I watch Dave's World of Fun stuff a lot of times, and I get a lot of good information from Dave's World of Fun stuff. But once in a while, he most of the time, he doesn't show him actually winding the strings onto the guitar. He just cuts to, he just says, oh, that's the boring part. And he cuts it to when all the strings are back on. But in my videos, watching me wind the strings on there, that's the best part of the video. Okay. So one thing that kind of throws me about a Jazzmaster, and I'm going to show you, and I'm going to actually zoom in if I can here on the bridge. Okay, so I've got these strings on here, and they just kind of lay on these saddles. Okay, so for my low string, do I put it there? Or do I set it down in there? Or do I roll it over one more time and set it down there? But then that's going to get in, you know, in the way of the screw that you can adjustment screw. My A string, do I set it there, or do I leave it in that one? Or do I bring it over to this one? My high E string, where's that guy supposed to live? Is it supposed to live right there? Is it supposed to live over in this notch? You know, that's what kind of gets me about these bridges. I don't really know where the strings are supposed to live. I guess you put them right. Okay, you do have the screw that goes in there. Do you set them exactly over top of the screw on each one? That would almost sort of make sense, right? I guess I'll do it that way. Let me know in the comments. What's up with these things anyhow, right? So, not my favorite design, but I'm not here to talk shit about the design. This was Leo Fender's design, and who am I to talk shit about that? People love these guitars. Okay, let me zoom back out. Alright, so let's tune it up. Okay, the worst thing that could happen to me now is that I tune this guitar up and it's all fretting out down here at the first fret. And that would be because I got my truss rod too tight. Okay, here we go. It's awesome. It worked. I think it's fine. Let's throw it up here and just kind of... The action is really low. Let's raise the bridge just a little bit. Again, we're going to set this down in there. There it goes. We're going to give that one, okay, hold on, that was going down. We're going to give this one a full turn. And then I'm going to just look at it and see if it looks nice and flat along there. Okay, I think I'm going to give this one a turn. Oh, wrong way, wrong way. Okay. Let's see how that looks now. All right, let's stretch these strings out a little bit. All right, let's plug it in. Let's give it a listen here. Let me turn my amp on. Up in that top circuit. Anyhow, my friends, there it is. I got new strings on it. It is a I don't know what year it is, but it is a customer's restring. It's his 62, or maybe I think it's a 65 reissue of a Fender Jazzmaster. It's got 9-gauge strings on it now instead of the 10-gauge. Beautiful guitar. There it is. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Everybody have a great day. Go buy a guitar.